Hi, I'm here with Podcast with a Client with Alan Dowson, who's been a client of mine with his wife for, 2.5 years?
Yeah, coming up 2.5 years.
Amazing.
3 years.
Alan is a husband, a father of 2 wonderful children.
4.
Yes. 4? How did I get that wrong?
2 older children.
There we go. That's why, because I've only been around
25
2.
and 25 and 23.
Amazing. And you run an amazing business which helps young minds develop a lifetime participation in sport, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mini Miners?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So, Mini Miners was a sort of a voluntary organisation to begin with. I got a call about 10 years ago asking us if I wanted to take a group on a Sunday morning. I thought about it and I thought, well, there's no one else doing it, so these kids are just going to have nothing to do. So I stepped forward as a volunteer for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was running a business, online business. I hated it. It was sales, people conning you, ripping you off, saying they hadn't received stuff, and it was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
And in the end, I just thought I could make a business out of Mini Miners.
Nice.
So that's what I done. At the time, it was linked with Heart and West, which it still is. It still is sort of like the community club, which it still works with. So I had a meeting with the chairman, give him a presentation, what I wanted to do, and he was happy with that.
Nice.
So that's sort of the beginning of it, really.
Amazing. Well, you've helped a lot of young minds, and obviously you're doing it better now that you're looking after yourself more, because you've been part of Total Supercharged Tribe for, 2.5, almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
Training with your wife on a morning, 6 a.m, 4 times a week in the room, which a lot of people find crazy, absolutely nuts. But I'm curious, here's a good question for you. Before you started the journey of looking after yourself fully, I know you've been dipping in and out of gyms and sport and whatnot. Before you started, what do you think you believed about health and fitness that turned out to be wrong since you've started to do it properly and full time? Like, what ideas or beliefs did you have years ago that actually now you think, well, that was a load of shit?
Yeah, probably having to do 100% and diet and stuff like that was, I think it puts a lot of people off.
Yeah.
When that's not the case. It's just being consistent. I'm up and down with weight sometimes. I cruise along sometimes, but...
And that's okay.
Yeah, still at it.
You're still doing it.
Still, I think 2.5 stone lighter than what I was.
Exactly.
I used to be able to put a pint of beer on my belly, you know, so I could sit there and just have a pint of it rest on us, you know, which I can't now, you know, it's gone.
What a prideful moment there, Alan. What a prideful moment now. It's amazing though, that's a joke, right? And it's funny as fuck to think about that. But in actual reality, that's early signs of a heart attack, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, God, I used to take a tablet every day just for heartburn. Every single day.
Yeah.
And I remember going in. I was when COVID was about. I was in hospital with it actually, and the doctor, this will make you feel better. This black pill. It was just for my stomach, and I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know. It's been 2.5 years since I last took one.
Oh, nice. And during that time, what do you think's contributed overall to getting healthier and being on this track and not having to rely on medication like that?
It's looking after myself, more aware, being around people similar, wanting to improve their lives. I don't think it's just about improving my life, it's the other people around us as well, you know.
Oh, yeah. So you started off, did you start off, you and Laura, together? Because it was new first, right?
Month,
yeah, that was it. Cause I was thinking, I'm sure you started together, but you did like a month and then she joined on. So
I think she saw me 6-pack development. So
it was. I'm one of them. I'm not them left behind. Come on. So tell us about the impact that it's had on you and Laura starting together and training together, because some people would say that it'll be a nightmare training with their partner, the wife, the husband, whatever. Some people would say like it's great. What has been your experience training together as a couple on a morning?
It's good. We have a good laugh. You know, I nudge her out of bed in the morning and she's literally gets up 5 minutes before we leave the house,
Yeah.
and I'm standing at the door with her. My coffee's waiting for her. But we have a good laugh driving over. Sometimes she's putting us to right, you made a mess and all this type of nonsense, you know what I mean? And I just switch off. I think it's about a 12-minute drive, and I just chill out. I don't even think about nothing really. I just chill, and then we get into the gym, have good banter, and she goes her way, I go my way, but we always sort of come together and have a good laugh when we talk about on our way home, and obviously in the house as well. It's something that we both really enjoy doing. And obviously everyone that's around us as well, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and then with like Blake, the positive impact it has with him as well. Sorry, I get proper emotional with stuff.
That's good. That's good. So your younger son Blake, yeah, how old is he now?
7.
So what kind of impact has it had on him? Because I think this is important for other dads that are listening to this to know, because there's loads of dads out there that are really unfit and maybe not as present with their son or daughter.
Yeah.
What kind of impact has it had on your son?
His food.
Yeah.
He eats whole food.
Nice.
Because he sees us doing it.
Yeah.
He's aware like alcohol and stuff like that. It's like the negative impacts. He like iPads and stuff like that. He's limited to what he can go on, and he knows that. He knows keeping active, so he's got his own gym stuff.
Nice, that's good. That's good. What's one thing that he says now that he never said before that he's taken from you? Is there something like a phrase he uses that you maybe use that he's taken on?
No, not as such. I just know he's well aware of what his mum and dad does.
Yeah.
In terms of looking after ourselves, and he tries to do it himself as well.
Leader.
Like I say, he's forever doing sit-ups and press-ups, and he wants salmon all the time. He wants to eat good whole food, vegetables. Like yesterday, for example, he had salmon and carrots.
Yeah.
You know, and none of the pizzas and chicken nuggets. Which, I mean, don't get us wrong, they're there for the kids to have. But yeah, it's obviously the last thing I want him to do is sorry.
It's fine.
It's
take your time.
is sort of be that person that just sits on the sofa drinking cans, you know.
Yeah.
So,
because you've been that person at some point in your life. Yeah. That's what you want for the next generation. You want them to, not live your mistakes and be the leader and the shining light, and you're doing that, mate.
Yeah.
You're doing that.
Exactly. So that's what motivates you as well. Like, you don't want them coming in to be that person. You know?
Of course. That's an interesting point, actually, Alan, because that's what people don't realise when it comes to fitness, to health, is that we suffer when we're just obsessed over ourselves. We think it's just about us. We don't realise the negative impact it has on our loved ones, the way that we choose to live our life. Like, whether we know it or not, children just copy what you say, what you do. Like, I don't have kids, but I've got a grandson, and even like certain things that I'll say, he'll just pick them up straight away. Even just spending half an hour with us, I'm like, whoa, they're like a sponge, aren't they? They soak up everything. 100%. So like, they will follow what you do, not what necessarily you say. So I think it's amazing that you're being a role model, mate. You're being a leader, and obviously you're helping a lot of other young minds with what you do professionally. Running a business, coaching football, being a family man, balancing the whole thing, like stress, right? Stress, overwhelm, a lot of time dedicated to things. So what a lot of people do is say, I'm too busy for fitness. I'm too busy to look after myself. When things settle down at work, I hear that all the time as a barrier. What's your advice to any dads that say that are maybe under pressure from work and family and obligation? Because you probably said that yourself before you started fully on a morning. What's your take on I'm too busy?
I think it's got to be, if your health's got to be your number one priority, hasn't it? I don't think you can be too busy for your fitness. It makes you feel a lot better. It makes your mind clearer. Yeah. You get more done, and you can prioritise a lot better through it.
Absolutely.
So you see that many people running businesses and in ill health, and I was one of them. I was having to take tablets every day to survive, like not to survive, but to reduce the heartburn and stuff because of my lifestyle, So your priority has to be your health above and beyond anything else.
100%. I remember a moment with you at our live EE mindset workshop, the first one you came to. I think it was at the Little Haven
Yeah.
in Shields.
Yeah.
And we did the reviews and the wins and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember coming up to you and you got quite emotional because I think it was your first couple of months or something.
Yeah.
And you noticed a picture of you,
Yeah.
I think, and it was something, you were in a hat and it was your first morning or something and you took a selfie. Am I remember this rightly?
Yeah, that's right.
And it was like the change of like the pride moment setting in that I've done this for myself, but you noticed the impact. You remember that?
Mm.
Tell us that story again, that moment, because I think that's pretty cool. That.
Yeah, I remember because I was trying to show you a photo, but I was that sort of jittery that I think you had to come back, didn't you? And I just wanted to show you the progress because I don't think I'd ever showed anyone.
Yeah.
So,
right.
yeah.
And that was like 2 years ago nearly, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Over 2 years ago, probably. Yeah.
It's
Nice.
a happy moment. I've still got the photos.
Yeah. And it's a reminder. It's the start of something new. I love it.
It was like my belly was in a different time zone, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let me ask you about a couple of things about TST.
Yeah.
So you've been here over 2 years now.
Yeah.
And you've met a lot of new friends, a lot of new people. We've got an amazing community on a morning.
Yep.
Come into the room, we'll have a bit of banter, we'll take the piss, we'll have a laugh. You get a lot of shit from Tim. You sometimes get a lot of shit from your wife at the same time and other lads in the room.
Quite a few of them, especially when I get a round of applause when we walk in.
I know, yes, that's happened quite regularly, I've noticed, actually, a round of applause.
It's Laura's fault being late all the time.
That's true, right? You do make your hair a lot, though. You do an effort with your hair, which I always like, so which is always nice. But in terms of TST, what do you think is the best part for you about it?
The community, the people in there, it's you go away smiling half the time.
Yeah.
You know, the Saturday mornings. Last year we struggled because Blake's football was sort of too early. We couldn't, and then it's been pushed back a little bit. So the Saturday mornings, we look forward to the Saturday mornings, having a coffee in Starbucks with everybody.
Yeah.
And just having a general chatter. Because I mean, sometimes in the gym it's difficult to have that conversation, you know. But when you go into the Starbucks, you can have a nice chat and just catch up with people and find out a bit about each other.
Yeah.
You know, so
community and environment's massive, innit? Like who you hang around, who you become.
100%.
If you're hanging around, I say this all the time, and I know it and you know it as well. If you're hanging around piss heads, you become one. If you're hanging around low energy people, negative people, you become one.
Yeah.
If you hang around complainers all the time, you become one. Like you need a good group, right? You need a positive group that's going to push you, lift you up, take the piss, make you laugh, and make you feel part of something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's massive for just getting ahead in life, isn't it?
No, 100%. As long as I don't knock around that Tim too much and become a Mac, that'll be fine. Although he'll tell you I live in Sunderland already.
So any Mackems watching, you know, you're all right. Let's not get into the Newcastle debate. Well, actually, I might have a question for you later about that.
Okay.
But looking forward, right, what would you say your new lifestyle, like now, if you were to carry it on for X amount of time, which I'm sure the goal is to just, you know, continue, keep a good routine, look after yourself into your older age. How old are you now?
45.
Right. How old do you feel?
Probably a lot younger than what I did 2.5 years ago. I felt, that's probably the better way to put it. How did I feel 2.5 years ago? About 60.
Yeah.
I was ready for the knackers yard, you know. Now I'm full of energy. Best I've felt for years, you know, a good 20 year.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it, how much energy keeps you youthful.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable how age as a number is something we can never help, but we don't have to feel old.
Yeah.
Like, there's people in their 60s have the energy of a 30-year-old and more strength and mobility and better mind frame because they're just looking after themselves. The energy I feel is like the priority.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, you've heard me say loads of times that there's nothing more important than you feeling good. Because
No,
when you feel good, everyone benefits.
Yeah.
But what I really mean by that is there's nothing more important than you having a good level of energy.
Yeah.
Because energy is everything, right? Low energy, you argue more, you bicker more, you make shit food choices, you get more angry, you feel more depressed. Depression is not a high energy, it's a low energy, right? If you're high energy, it's very, very difficult to be depressed. Yeah. It's not to say you can't have worries or anxieties, but it's very difficult when your energy's up. That's why exercise is one of the most underutilized antidepressants, because when your energy's high, your body chemistry's high. So, and obviously you know this because what we do is high energy training and it brings your energy up. Yeah. We were talking actually before the cameras came on about your wife, Laura, and how when she comes in the room, She looks like she's literally just dragging the quilt with her.
Oh, just warmed up.
There was a couple of like cartoons, you know, the cartoons when they've got like 70 bags under their eyes. And I'm sorry, Laura, you're lovely and you look beautiful, but when she comes in, she's the most tired person because she's just stepped out of bed in the car with Alan and they've brought her here. But when she leaves, she's this beaming light.
Yeah.
She's happy. She looks full of energy, bright, vibrant, and you can tell the energy's been transformed.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. So tell me a little bit about how that has impacted your life, the energy transformation.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like I'm living my childhood again in the respect of like the job I do and then the energy I've got like with Blake, playing football, we'll go fishing, when we go to caravan, I'm his mate, you know.
Yes.
I mean, where we live, it's sort of people that's been there for years, you know, so the kids is all up, so there's no kids in the streets, so I'm sort of his little mate to play with, nice. You know. But like 2.5 years ago, I couldn't even fasten my laces, you know, so the energy's huge. Plus you've got like Laura, like she's flying at work as well, you know. She's worked her way up. And just this week, actually, being me and manager of like the audiology department for Boots.
Nice.
So she just started just right in the bottom, and now she's hit the top, you know.
So much transforms when you just start looking after yourself. Your professional life improves, your intimacy improves, your relationship with your kids, your presence, your personal calm, and I feel like your own sort of sense of pride in what you do, and also I think like your curiosity opens a bit. You start trying new things and doing, like, just being a bit more curious with stuff. When you're low energy, you're like, I can't be arsed, do it later, it doesn't matter.
Well, we done that zip wire, didn't we?
Yes, we did. For those not watching this, we'll put a little video footage of this. So me, Alan, it was Laura came with it, and your daughter as well, and your son was there, and Tracy, we did this. The world's longest zip line? It was in Wales, at Zip World, and it was class, wasn't it?
It was.
That video with Tracy, man, was just screaming, oh my God, that's tremendous.
I mean, I'm petrified of heights. I mean, I didn't let it known, but I'm driving along, and Blake's like, what's that house doing in the mountain? And I'm like, and then I put 2 and 2 together.
That's where we're going from.
Straight away, I was like, oh my God,
that was class.
I cannot believe I'm doing this. But you know what, though? I felt so safe doing it. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah. It's a thrill. And your confidence.
Might have just been because I could have gotten a cuddle off you once a week.
Well, your confidence is higher now, though, right? Because you're working out, you're working on yourself.
Definitely. I mean, we were camping, Woodbine, barbecue. I think it was it Lakeside and the Waterside in the lakes.
Yeah.
We were there and we just got up one morning. Let's go and just climb something. So we did. We got up. Blake come as well. Laura. Everyone else is lying in bed. We'd been up and down by the time they were getting up. So we set alarm clocks up. I think we set off about 7 o'clock. Yeah. God, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, it never happened. Yeah. You know, but for us just to be camping, get up early morning, shoot off, and we got some lovely photos as well. I was with my nephew and that, and it was great. Just that extra energy. It's paddleboarding. We now started doing that in the summer. Yeah. And we go all over doing that as well. So energy's everything, man. It's just like you just do so much more with your life, with your weekends, with your family. Like it's just more exciting. Life's more exciting with the energy. It really is. So here's a question for you. What do you think has been the hardest mental barrier that you've had to push through when it comes to getting on track, sorting your life out, when it comes to thinking, I don't want to take a tablet every day? Yeah. What was your hardest mental barrier that you had to get through? To be honest, you want to live longer, you know, and I don't think there'd be any block in that. Mm-hmm. You see people smoking and drinking heavily, you know, and I didn't want to be that person. Mm-hmm. I did used to smoke. Mm-hmm. This is one of these, I tell you, I just drift off into a different conversation. I get wrong for them all the time. That's fine. No, keep going. So you future paced the negative downsides of your behaviour. Yeah. So you thought, if I carry on this way, holy shit, I'll be in the ground. I'll not be there for me son now. I'll have real problems. Yeah. So that mental barrier was like, it was obviously enough pain for you to go, I need to take some action. Yeah. Yeah. And if I don't, holy shit. But during the time where you were taking a pill every day for acid reflux and you could hang a pint on your belly and all the rest, why didn't you start sooner? It's sort of, I think you've got to get in the right mindset for stuff. Yes. I remember when I smoked for at least 10 years. That took probably 5 years to pack in, from the initial needing to pack in to actually doing it. You've got to have that trigger, that's something that sort of there's the benefits for outweigh the negatives.
Yes.
So until you sort of get that balance right, then
Yeah.
you've just got to keep on sort of trying. You know, so I managed to do that 18 years ago.
Nice.
And I think it was the same with the fitness. It was like you kind of put your socks. Honestly, it was dire. It was, I didn't move. I literally worked from home all day. I would lie down 2 o'clock before I went to pick the kids up for half an hour and go out to do sessions. I would have a kind of Red Bull, and it was just going from Greg's to McDonald's, all that type of stuff, you know, takeaways, and it was just needing more sleep because I was eating more, but I was getting no energy, you know.
Yeah.
So it just took a catalogue of things, and then sort of realising you've got a young boy there that needs a dad, you know. And,
Absolutely.
And I just felt the way I was going, probably, God knows how long it would have took, you know, to have serious health implications, you know.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of dads in this situation who are drinking themselves, smoking themselves, eating themselves to death.
Yeah.
You know, it's a sad state of affairs, but it needs to get to that point where there's enough leverage to say, you know, what if your son doesn't grow up without a dad?
Yeah.
Like that's harsh, but that should hit you
Yeah.
enough in the gut to say, fuck,
Yeah.
I need to step up with some responsibility.
Yeah.
Or there's also the point as well of who else are you going to leave behind?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of a life and a legacy and a reminder is that to the people around you, especially those youngsters who could follow in your footsteps. You know, the last thing you want them to do is follow your path to the dark side, and they wanted to follow a better light.
Exactly. I mean, I've got to be a good influence. I've got to be this person that's full of energy, not this guy with a belly hanging over his pants, sitting in the van drinking cans of Red Bull, and that. They're going to see that.
Yes,
you know. So it was massively important as well for them that I looked in shape and looking well and fit and active.
I think as well, like for a guy, like we've all got egos. We all want to be right, though not all the time. We all want to look good, and sometimes our ego is always challenged when we're out of shape. We feel fat, we feel lazy, we feel behind, we feel we'll be exposed, we feel daft if we start some kind of fitness or anything. But at the same time, I find there's a good balancing act between sometimes feeding your ego and doing something positive. What I mean by that is like, you don't do anything for a while because you don't see the negatives. You're just soothing. You just feel comfortable and all right until it's not. And then your ego is tested when you think, I need to sort myself out. I'm going to be fat for a while. I'm going to feel like I'm behind and shit and slow, and I'll let people down, all the rest. But there's also that part of, actually, if I step myself up, people will look at us in a different way. And I'll feel like a leader and a role model, and I'll get a kick out of that because you get an even more prideful moment. Like, you can't be proud of yourself by sitting on your arse, drinking, smoking, all the rest. It's just an ego thing, really. Our ego's challenged. You don't want to look stupid at first. That's most blokes who have helped in the past. One of the number one reasons for not starting is they feel like they're too past it, too fat, too old, too weak, too far gone. It's like, you're not. There's people who've had 40 years of smoking who start up doing marathons. There's people who are 6 stone overweight who have life-transforming results by starting to take their health serious. I think sometimes, though, you can twist that around and go, well, actually, you can have the biggest ego in the world, but you can feed that by doing something positive in a good way. And you can say, yeah, I am looking after myself. Yeah, I am being a leader and a role model now. I'm proud of that. I want to do it more. And I think the more you do it like you are now, like you're into it, the more you're like, well, how much better can I get? I want to do some more so my son benefits and my wife benefits and this person gets better. And then people look at you and go, well, and this is the cool thing about being a guy that's kind of on track most of the time. Other lads that are struggling can go, well, if he can do it, I can do it. I think that's a cool thing, isn't it?
100%.
That's a really cool thing for others to look at you, because then people can look at where you were balancing a pint on your belly and taking tablets every day just to feel normal and be thinking, well, I was there, and if he can do it, I can do it, you know, because we're We're just regular blokes from South Shields, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're not like superior athletes or, brought up with silver spoons or anything like that. Like, we're just blokes who, like, decided to make a change.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
I mean, it's mad thinking back now, though, just how, like, I let myself get into that state, and having to have this tablet every day,
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And most people do it, but, like, when you're at rock bottom, I know I've known people, and I know people who are there now, and they're, the only way is up.
Yeah.
You're at rock bottom. The only way is up. You can't get any further down. Like,
No.
you've got to start climbing back up.
Yeah.
You're just gonna stay there and rot, and
Yeah.
that's not a life. It's an existence.
No,
Nobody wants
Yeah.
that. But it's hard to step on those, on the steps, on the ladders, and get yourself up, because nobody can people can extend a hand and give you advice, but it's ultimately you who has to take the responsibility, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's that first day, isn't it? Just trying to change yourself, just making that initial step.
Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking, but it's definitely worth it in the long run.
Absolutely. So to any bloke watching this who relates to your story, who's kind of in the position you were in, what would your advice honestly be to them?
Just do it.
Yeah.
Basically, just do it. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Because how did we get in touch again? Me and you. Did you send me a message?
I did.
Did you have
I was
a Facebook advert? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think I was lying in bed with a hangover on a Sunday morning. We were at the caravan, actually. We were at the caravan.
Right.
And I was lying in bed. And I'd seen you come up on Facebook anyway, and I was just flicking, and I was just like, I pressed it, and your messages back, and we went out for some, you rang us and was in the lakeside. I wasn't drinking because I knew I'd committed then.
Yeah.
And we'd had some food and sorted everything out. Come the next day, and I've been ever since.
Yeah, there you go. There you
So,
go.
yeah,
That was
it
like 2.5 years ago or something.
Yeah,
Amazing.
but I think that was with a hangover, if I remember.
And to be honest, most of the people who do reach out when they're feeling like shit on a hangover, which is good, because it's kind of like, right, I need to sort myself out. But at the same time, the hardest part, mate, honestly, what you probably agree with this, is sending that message.
Yeah,
Isn't it? Because if you probably looked at whatever else before and be
No,
like,
just answering the phone when you're ringing.
and then picking the phone up and be, now I've got to like step into it. It's uncomfortable as fuck, man. But sometimes that's the hardest bit, innit? It's like putting a foot through the door, sending the first message, making the first bit of contact, and actually saying to yourself, being willing to go, I need a bit of help. Can't do it on my own.
Yeah, we all do at times, don't we?
Absolutely.
And we've just got to admit it at
I know.
times and
that's leveling the ego, really, innit? Saying, like, stop being so fucking stubborn, man.
Yeah.
We're stubborn as fuck. As men, we're fucking stubborn. We just need to say,
we are.
you know what? Let myself go a bit. I need to fucking sort it out.
Yeah.
Any problem, we're always asking, how do I sort it out? We need to start asking who. Who can help with?
Yeah.
Who can fast track with? Who can give with a proper plan? Who can hold with accountable? Which coach, mentor, which program's going to work for me? Like, we can't figure it out on our own, right? We always need people around with.
Nah, 100% we do.
Alan is a Newcastle supporter, right?
Yeah.
So what could Sunderland learn from your transformation here at TST?
From my transformation to TST, work harder, try harder. Maybe wear black as well, like me every day. That might help. And fill the stadium up.
I love it. That's going to trigger so many fucking people. Just the whole football debate. It's funny because I'm just not into football at all, but I find it hilarious, the whole the divide between the Newcastle and Sunderland thing. Hey, Alan, thank you so much for being on the podcast, mate. This has been a proper good banter, and I think it's quite inspiring for a lot of other blokes in your position.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, mate.
No worries.
Appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Cheers.
Hey, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, and click the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you are notified of every new video that drops every single week here on the channel. And also, if you would like a free copy of my second book, Supercharged, the modern day guide to creating outstanding levels of energy, motivation, and self-control, then I've got it on audio right now. All you need to do is go to superchargedaudio.com, enter your details, and it's yours to your email inbox for free. Let's go. See you on the next video.